Hi, this is Daryl from TrueImage Video. I got something that might be of interest to some of you do-it-yourselfers out there. I came up with something that I call the Power Box. Now, I took an old video camera case, pretty nice, pretty heavy duty, and what I did was turned it into what I call the Power Box. Now, what I've done here, as you can see, is I actually put in a one of those retractable power cords, kind of you would see hanging in a garage or something, and I mounted it in the box. Then took some outlets that were from an uninterruptible power supply and put the outlets there. Now, you could just go to Home Depot and get yourself a retractable power cord with a bunch of plugs on it, and that would be fine. But I thought I would do something a little bit more with this one. And so what I've done, inside the box, if you are plugged in, it's also going to give you 12 volts, 12 volt output. And if you're not plugged in, you can run off of that 12 volts. And I put a power inverter in here so that you do have some AC also. I put a few plugs in here for DC. So just plug that in, and there you go. You got 12 volts DC. Run some longer cables to some other, light panels or whatever you're running. I also thought it would be nice and handy to have a couple USB power plugs so you could charge your phone or whatever you want, whatever you need to do. I also added another feature that when it is plugged in, you turn this guy, it'll start a timer and charge the battery in there. You don't want to overcharge it, so basically you turn this for a couple hours and charge it. Keep that battery charged for when you don't have a place to plug in. And then you've got 12 volts, USB power, you've got AC from the power inverter, and so it's pretty nice. And the thing I like about it, once again, you've got 30 feet of power cord wrapped up in here. So, when you're done, you use this, you plug in, you got all your outlets, your DC, whatever you need. You do your show, you go to pack up. This will retract back into the box. The power cord just goes right inside there, recesses a bit. You don't have this thing sticking out, bumping into things. Of course, it all is protected. I've got a few relays in there. So whether you're running off of DC or AC, you don't have any problems. For instance, when you're plugged in, a relay will click and make sure that the inverter will not turn on, because obviously if you've plugged into AC, you don't need a power inverter. One of the other features I put in this is that if you turn your DC on, and you see you got a few LEDs, a few things lighting, and of course your voltage right there when you turn your DC on. But I realized that if you close the box up and went about your business, you could have the DC on and not even know it, slowly draining power. You got a power inverter that's going on. So I put an LED on the outside of the box right here so that you would know that you left your DC on and get a chance to shut that off. Now, because this box was large enough, I added a few things. Like I use these 12 volt rechargeable batteries quite a bit. You can use these for LED panels and other things. You can plug something like this into it. Okay, and then you've got lighter plugs, so if you've got items that work off of a lighter plug, you can go right off of that, and of course that can plug into the power box also. But anyway, I use these quite a bit and realized that they should be in here too, so I just put some Velcro on them. So you got all your power needs taken care of within one box. Now it is a bit heavy with all the stuff that I packed in there, but on the other hand, it's self-contained. Close it up, it's all set. It's with a handle, so if you're carrying a lot of equipment to a particular job, you got multiple cameras, light panels, other equipment, maybe you want to be recharging some spare batteries while you're doing other things, it can set up your power box, in the corner, plug everything that you need to plug into it, and then you're off. That's the Power Box. Thanks for watching.